I'm building a bioactive moss wall terrarium. Here's what I got done so far. I built a drainage layer using aquarium-safe silicone, divider grid, and filter foam. I used the same materials as well as some pieces of slate to build a water feature. This part was pretty time consuming as I had to go step by step and turn off my water feature often to let the silicone cure. But I think it was worth it in the end. You can check out parts 1 through 3 to see how I did everything in more detail. With the skeleton of my terrarium complete, I used expanding foam to fill in all the gaps and really bring it to life. While the foam is still curing, you can utilize this opportunity to add objects, kind of like my Hobbit home entrance. I waited 24 hours and set to work with the razor blade to shave off all of the shiny outer bits. This will allow my aquarium-safe silicone to adhere onto it during the next step. I also attached more black slate pebbles and more aquarium-safe silicone into my meandering river section, and then I coated the entire backdrop with aquarium-safe silicone and filled it in with cocoa peat and sphagnum moss. I gave it a day to cure and vacuumed off the excess. I gave the chemicals another week to gas off before this next step. First, I wet down the backdrop using distilled water, and then I crushed some ADA Amazonia aquarium safe fertilizer and coated the entire backdrop. I mixed my wet moss mix that I got from frogdaddy.net and generously applied. Frog Daddy's the same place that I got my plant trimmings, which I also went ahead and planted using horticultural charcoal as well as more ADA aquarium safe fertilizer. I had the wet moss mix as well as the plants overnighted, and they should be able to recover pretty quickly, not that they've even wilted that much. In the meantime, Simba was doing a quick vibe check in the box that the plants and moss mix came in. I was almost finished, but I wanted to go ahead and borrow some Pagostemon Helferi from one of my terrariums that, by the way, also has the wet moss mix 6 months later. And I also borrowed some springtails from one of my closed terrariums. Because of the high humidity of a terrarium, inevitably there will be mold outbreaks, and these guys will go ahead and eat all that mold for us, as well as any decaying plant matter, keeping it nice and pretty.